of the tournament in total. Of course, 18 games will play out throughout this weekend. Who will top out at the moment? FaZe Clan are up there, Navi in second. No surprises really. I think big favorites coming into this tournament. They have delivered on day 1 and 2. Who will step up and challenge them as they're playing? It's a pretty decent one really. Cutting straight across the middle of the map, diagonal path over the top of Stalba. Of course, it does put a problem on the teams looking at Milta Power, in and around Prison Mansion, and all the way down to Sosnovka. You can see Vitality bailed early, but there's definitely, as we just saw in the last game, a bit of a fight for cars. We saw the Knights obviously trying to run over Fuzzface, like Matador style, baiting the bull effectively. But the Knights, once again, they're going to have to challenge for the vehicles here. And obviously teams like Moonwolf as well are going to get involved. Everybody wants to get a car to get down the south.
For sure. And there is not enough cars in that area for every team. Like we talked about this. And there's very scarce with car spawns. And they're very far away from each other. One thing that we like to do when we come to South Georgia and I drop for cars, we land in areas where it's very compact and there's more than one car spawn in the vicinity. But around the shelter area and like a little bit towards Rostock, it's very scarce. And the car spawns are between, so if you don't get one,
I mean,
it's not like you can like have a teammate really close by that can always come and pick you up.
Obviously, Dignitas set up here in 3rd place, just coming up to nearly 370 points behind. The circle will come in, and it is a big western circle. This would be perfect for you, Larson. This is your circle right here.
Oh, this makes me very happy to see. And I mean, only because Nova is there, I want to see how they play it. With an airplane like this, when they're in a really good spot, they have the circle. I want to see them early, and I want to see them be greedy. I want to see them take at least 3 different compounds. Maybe, yeah. I mean, it's so good when you have this opportunity.
Talk about the situation in reverse. Obviously, with the plane being a diagonal path, it's forced a big problem for the teams down in the southeast, right? You can still see they're traveling a long distance to get there. The circle pops up. It's completely the other side of the map. I know it's annoying because obviously everybody's been in this situation as a public team. But how do you adapt to that as a team? Because you know now, like for example, Knights, FaZe, Moonwolf, they're going to have to get in, they're going to have to loot really fast. And they're going to be obviously edge playing because there's no choice other than really. They're not going to be able to get in and loot within a minute and go straight to the center.
The best way to do it, and which is what you see a lot of teams do, if you can't get to a good position early on, take your time. You can be even more greedy with the way you loot. You can go even later. And then after the first circle hits, that's when you want to be in a position to move, but you're actually not in a rush. Because if they try to get into a center spot in the circle, then they'll be killed because everything is occupied.
And they're low on loot, basically.
Yeah,
they're becoming weak into the fight. Yeah.
It goes the opposite way. When it's a bad plane and a bad circle, you actually take more time to loot.
Yeah.
And just make sure you have the resources to maybe stay in the blue for a bit longer. And you have those good vehicles. They're really, really essential for you to actually be able to do good rotations.
Look at the split for SetToDestroy. Rift's like, yeah, I'm off to Kameshki, boys. I'll see you down there. You go Lipovka. I'll go all the way up in Kameshki. I'm surprised they didn't send like Figanaldo maybe to Stalba or something like that. If they're going to spread that much, they may as well have two up the north and 2 down Lipo, because Lipov's not got enough loot for a full squad.
Definitely does not. And yeah, I'm surprised to see that they don't play more together and then 2 and 2, because when you rotate alone, there's such a big chance that you actually die. When there's multiple vehicles to shoot at, first, you have one guy that can scout, so sure, you'll maybe lose one, but then the others can get away safe. But when you drive alone, there's only one car to shoot at. You don't have any scouts or anything. And his team is likely going to move ahead of him, so he won't really be able to get anywhere safely.
And when you drive like Froz, you know, you're just going to get yourself knocked anyway, so you need someone to help res you.
Wait, I thought Frost was more dangerous when he had his teammates around him. I don't think he harms himself. Isn't it just everyone else around him? So
just
actually, it makes sense to put Frost up there, but I haven't heard any memes about Rift yet.
Well, we'll see how it works out. A team that is rotating fairly early is Ghost. I mean, this is standard, right? You go Pachinki, just like Method do. You get yourself quick early loot. Really, there's no bad plane routes for Pachinki. Generally, you're always going to have one that's close by. You're always going to be able to drop in there. That's why it's like the death grounds in public play. But Ghost, obviously, you can see Turtle and McCoy very much early, getting over towards Gatka, which is actually pushing the territory of Wildcard. Now, I'm interested to see how Wildcard do this, because look at them right now. They're Tempo Storm style, massively split still, while everybody's already rotating. Smith is already at the tower, already checking it out, knows it's clear. The rest of his team are going to be there. Wildcard is still one-man spread all over the place.
I kind of like it, and I think Kickstart is going to go with Sharpshot now, and then they have a pretty okay split. The only problem is, never mind, we don't look at it, but Pride is very alone right now, and that's a compound you can't hold alone. But I like that the Western teams, we only have Wildcard and Nova, and they're taking a lot of ground.
There's Mossy and TeamGates. They've been trying to trade blows with Lions, of course. TeamGates start out in school and the apartments area, while Lions are in Rozhok, so have been trading blows throughout there. Looks like Balok getting himself a nice crate. Not the greatest, but he'll take it, because really it's all about the tier 3 items, really, the helmet and the vest.
How can you say that the M249 is not great?
It's just okay. It's okay. I know it's hit and miss for players, right? It's one of those guns that some love, some hate.
The thing is, with the light machine guns, the M249 and the DP, if you crouch, it actually doesn't have that much recoil. So you get a little bit
Well, you get the
immobile.
tripod out, right?
No, I'm not talking about crouching. I'm
not
just
prone,
crouching,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
When you're standing up, they're extremely inaccurate. But if you just crouch, they're actually really, really powerful.
And you can absolutely destroy vehicles with them as well. That's obviously the big deal with the M249 is the fire rate. While it's using 5.56, and obviously with the DP, it's using 7.62. Loss has run over Sharpshot. We were talking about players being left on their own. Sharpshot has been run over, and Wildcard still very much spent. I mean, look at the position on the map right now. You've got Kickstart Gatka, Tumai's at the edge of Swamp, and Pride's up on the coastline. They can't group now. They're just caught with their pants down, round their ankles. Everybody's rotated
Did he get knocked
and they
first,
have
or did he
nothing
get
they can
finished with the run over? That's my question.
Probably a bit of both, I would guess. It looks like he's been either way. He probably thinks he's at WSOE and he's trying to get some bonus points or something, but we're not doing bonus for car kills here. Navi pulling up into the yellows on the coastline. They've, of course, just had to rock up the land into Primorsk. Pokemon, they actually trying to scout out and see if we can get a bit of a better spot. Dignitas coming in from Severny. M19 on the way round, going around the north here. Chris getting pushed. It's Lions versus Liquid once again. We knew this was going to be a thing, but Samty has been taken down. This backfiring on them horribly. Scoom gets knocked out by Chris as well. What is going on? Jinx is in all sorts of trouble. Chris gets taken heavily damaged from the back there. He's going to get pushed around the side. Ibby taken down to nothing. Luckily, no grenade, it seems, for Chris. But look at Hezreal giving the overwatch from up on Everest.
Chris has been real hero. He's always been the guy who's been going to the position earlier. More often than not, he's actually been able to defend these spots. We saw it yesterday in Miramar. He went first to Church, where they actually ended up winning the game. The next game he went to the power grid, killed off Knights. Now he's done it again. The solo man holding down the compound. Really impressive performance from Chris, at least in the early game.
And as you were talking about earlier on, obviously looking at FaZe, Moonwolf, Knights. Knights slowly on the move now, set to destroy, still a long way out. Penta just about on the move for Vitality, but it is going to be a late push. FaZe are going to have the blue on the back. They may even end up being in the blue and rotating. Expect them to take a big deep south run. It's something they used to do a long time ago. And absolutely, if you were to look at the map, you can see that that is probably the route to take right now.
Definitely. FaZe, they always end up on the south side in this circle. If you look south of where Turtle and Belloc is, they usually end up on that hill, and then they try to scout from that general area and then move further towards the zone. And if it ends going to either the side, then they can always shift around.
Oh, Pride from Wildcard, still very much split apart.
And this is what I'm talking about. It's so hard to hold this compound with only one guy.
It's greedy.
I mean, it's greedy to some extent, but also if somebody crashes, he can't defend all sides.
There's no way.
I feel like even when you're two at this compound, you're so exposed. Like, you can't hold all three angles.
Well, you've got the hillside behind you as well, the ridge, so they can easily approach you. Vitality coming over the west bridge as they work their way off the map there. Moonwolf also chose to go over east bridge and then west bridge. Interesting. Obviously they seen Penta. They must have spotted Penta on that coastline. Like, okay, we don't want to mess with that. We'll just risk it and go over Sosnovka. Vitality unaware of that. So Moonwolf seen them doing this before. They used to do this at PGI. Moonwolf did this rotate. This exact same rotate when you had a lot of the circles over on the west side. Just saying, FaZe Clan got 0 circles on the east side in the PGI qualifiers.
I mean, if you look at the map,
Actually,
Penta is kind
They got
of...
2, I'll tell you.
But I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you look at Penta, they're actually holding that position, so it makes good sense for Moonwolf to do.
And looking at the Knights, actually very close to Vitality. Vitality are going to stop on this hill. They normally do. It's going to be, it's a hill. It's actually the rogue spot that they pull up on. So this tells me that maybe Jazza or Yannick are making calls in this team now.
I'm pretty sure that Yannick is the guy who's making the calls. Yannick.
It's like a mix of the two, Jazza and Yannick.
This is no. This is one thing I hate. Okay, YNCK. I mean, he says it's Yannick, but there's no way that YNCK is pronounced Yannick.
To be fair, I mean, I know SetToDestroyX obviously mentioned Yanko yesterday, and I remember when I started doing PUBG, I called him Yanko as well.
YNCK is not Yannick. I mean, I have a straightforward way of thinking, and no way can I get YNCK to Yannick, but he insists on it being Yannick.
Yeah, he does insist on it being Yannick, I guess. It's the style of it. Knight's actually taking a deep south run. Moonwolf also doing the same. SetToDestroyX, we're watching just a second ago. They're going deep north, so it's a high north run. M19 themselves done a similar path and are going through the North Georgia Pole area. So they're coming right across. Batalon being the man that's going to lead it, and he's actually going into South Georgia and probably going to sit on the edge of that. So a lot of big south runs. FaZe Clan coming in actually north of Pachinki.
Yeah. I mean, I would say it's kind of unexpected, but when we look at the map, it's great for them. It's the only side of the map that's actually really clear.
Oh, and it's a good central shrink for the map. It pretty much goes donuts. It pretty much goes central. The circle shrink, which is going to cause it problems. FaZe Clan should just be able to get inside. They've got a bunch of compounds north of Chopsticks that they can go into. Ghosts are working their way in towards the yellows to the north of that. You can see everybody else starting to come in. Moonwolf, as I was saying, big southern swing from them along the road. Really taking their time to go around, not boosting, so they're making most of their fuel they've got in those vehicles as well, something we haven't mentioned a great deal. McCoy finds himself a shot on the head of Giga from Sangal. That is very much central, just north of Gatka. Ghost, of course, did just move into the yellows there. They have TeamGates on the north road of them. Lions, who were up on the Everest spot, they're actually taking a couple of shots down onto Team Liquid as we see TeamGates here down the south side, and Ibi has been knocked. That's Dignitas actually in warehouses, South Georgia Pole.
I think it's only Teams left at this point. And they had a bad game in the last game. Yeah, Ibiza's down and finished. It's only Teams left. And I think they went out in 14th spot.
14th, yeah, last game.
They can't start having too many of these bad games. I mean, one, it's really bad for your momentum and confidence, and also they're going to start lagging a little bit behind on the leaderboard.
Well, I mean, I managed to speak to James, and he said, look, it was my call, it was a bad call. Just that sometimes you make them. It was too aggressive in the last game, and it completely took it on him. He said, yeah, I said it's a touch of overconfidence after the gates, and he's absolutely, that's totally where it is. It's Samty and James that make the call in the team. He said, that was my call, it was a bad one.
But from a mental point of view when you're playing, when you have one bad game, it's like, okay, but 2 in a row, it's going to, you're starting to, okay, this is not good. The other team's starting to get a lead, and James is almost taking down here.
There's nothing, he's next to a vehicle. Vehicle could easily get exploded. He gets up to the dash, he realizes he has to just back away from it. Doesn't matter, Wookie Bookie finds him in the smoke.
Wookie Boogie's like,
leading the kill chance,
I'm going to keep the top break here. James, you're gone.
Well, that's Team Liquid going out in 16th place. Not a start from them. FaZe Clan, that's a big aggressive swing. They're actually going into Gatka. Kickstar's been on his own in Gatka for a long time. So FaZe Clan, 2-2 split. They've took north compound of Chopsticks and 2 into Gatka. And you see Kickstart having a peek and like, oh my God, who's pulling up on me here? Because he's all alone. Remember, Wildcard very much split. I think Pride has possibly joined Tumai.
I don't think Exciting knows about him unless he makes a step now. And Pride gets picked up on the other side of the map. Do you think Kickstart have heard him? He seems like he's suspicious. I mean, Kickstart, when you're ADS in and you move around, you make small noises. So he might have heard that. Because he's being very cautious here.
He's definitely heard something, hasn't he? He's checking every corner of that building. Yeah. Pride finished off by Na'Vi, which takes Wildcard down to 2. Tumai very much separated from where Kickstart is. Kickstart, I think, just tried to take a couple of shots onto
took a few shots onto
FaZe there. Yeah, it didn't work out for him. So now they absolutely know where he is, and that's a problem. FaZe going to give. The thing is that FaZe don't know how many are in here. They're not aware there's just one guy.
Don't have a clue.
So they're actually, ooh, Haxetti down. Is he going to be able to crawl away from that one? Kickstart gets the knock on him. Mex is going to come in and say, okay, the cavalry's on its way. Jemti and Mexi making the way across. As we say, they're unaware that this is one guy. They're probably thinking, okay, there's one here, but where's the rest of the team? Which is why they called the cavalry.
But
FaZe
maybe,
coming into
I mean,
Gatka.
they could have seen Pride. He just got knocked and finished. So maybe they have an idea.
Yeah, but they don't know it's Wildcard they're against. Well, they do now.
Yeah,
They just got the knock, right?
I mean, it's very hard to pick up when it's hectic and everything is happening. But a team like FaZe, they could maybe be aware that his teammates got knocked and killed the other side of the map.
Well, they wouldn't have heard. They know they've been knocked and killed.
I mean, if there's one team that would pay attention to
it,
it, it could definitely be FaZe.
yeah, especially when the other two are off the side. As you can see, everybody well inside the circle. M19 made a really good run, actually. If you think about the path that their man set to destroy
I'm actually
taken.
kind of impressed with M19 because we always see them ending up in these big cities. And they always manage to get out of the cities and actually come into a really good position.
God, yes, thinking of Miramar game. How
Thinking
they
of
ever got
Miramar.
out of Picardo is beyond me.
And also, like, they just go to a bunch of cities, I feel like. Way more than anyone else. And
Well,
that's a strength.
Suddenly, the FaZe Clan compound and north of Chopsticks is actually one that I would go
I mean,
back
you see
to for
Jemti,
them.
he's already heading back. He's
Yeah.
like, guys, if you want to kill this guy, that's fine. I'm going back.
Yeah, it was
I want my
just-
yellow houses back. And yours yellow houses.
Ooh, is he going to get there in time? Penta are actually going for it as well. Brexico and Jemti both going for the same compound. I think Brexico is going to maybe pull up and stop before he gets there. Jemti is going to head back to it. I assume the rest of FaZe Clan will probably get in vehicles because that western side of the circle that they're in right now at Gatka is about to get very congested. They need to get in the cars and get the hell out of there. They've got the revive. I think they're going to have 3 in a car to get out, and they may just do it in time. As you can see, Balok continuing. Did he take the tires out of that car? That's the car they want to use to get out. Kickstart trying to rattle and peacock as much as he can to keep people away from his town. Tumai has joined him in Gatka as well, so the support has come in. FaZe Clan have evacuated. They're going back to the northern compound at Chopsticks while everybody else moves around. Set to Destroy coming in north of Everest. M19, they took a big run.
What?
M19
What
went
did
all...
M19 do?
They were at hospital and they've gone all the way over
But it's
Western
actually
Georgia
gonna,
Bridge.
it could work out because it was a fast ring to the east. And you can't really go straight through the circle, so it actually makes really good sense, us looking at the map. I don't know if you want to bring it up. But the entire east side of the circle is clear, so if they just keep going east to the Hearts rink, this will actually work out great for M19.
They're going to go Edge of Ruins, right?
M19, they were below hospital,
So
and
just
they
to-
went into the blue and all the way around.
Yeah, they went over the Georgia Pole Bridge, main bridge, through North George, and all the way back around. So they've took a really big snaking path to get into what they consider a safe spot. Knights are pulling up next to FaZe Clan. Moonwolf actually in the bottom of Chopsticks. FaZe Clan getting very occupied. They're going to light up the Knights. They get themselves a knock. Texas gets taken down. Knock comes in there. Smitty also knocked by Wildcard. Of course, that's coming across from the Gatka area. And look at this. Knights in all sorts of trouble. They get too close to the hay bales. Voxic's already down. Texas is knocked. They're getting lit up. Nade territory as well. They're going to try and light up that UAZ. He needs to explode it. Kramer can as much as he can. Try and give himself the cover that he requires. FaZe's going to go be careful. Moonwolf are in the ditch right on the south of it, which I think Jemti is keeping his eye on.
Yeah. This would be a catastrophe if Knight gets out. They just climbed their way into the top 5, I believe. They cannot have many more bad games.
Very greedy from Penta, by the way. They have Brexico right at the end of the left chopstick. They have Udia Mayfire on the south complete edge in the compound, and Caitlin Christ. They're basically holding about 5 compounds
The reason why
themselves.
you have to do this is because when you go into the chopsticks, you can't really get your cars out safely. And if the circle decides to go up north here, you need to save at least 3 more vehicles, however many they have. So it actually makes good sense for them to stay back behind now.
Another knock on Knights. Kramer
Oh no.
taken down by Turtle. Hasn't been finished off, but Jemti will get Moonwolf. This is what we were talking about. Moonwolf were peeking on FaZe Clan. FaZe Clan not having any of it. Set to Destroy here, taking a look down at TeamGates in the yellows. Oh, Survivor realizing this is a little too risky. Gonna maybe just took myself down there. Tries to find the head. Mossy, Snakers, beautiful shot onto Mossy there. Puts him down. Meanwhile, Rift also finished off. CeeLo getting the kill on him there. They've got themselves back around the side. Back over to Na'Vi. This is on the western side of the circle, shooting at Dignitas on Everest. Lions also on the top of Everest. Dignitas, this is not a spot they want to be in there, and it's basically a shooting gallery for Na'Vi right now.
This is a scary position. Na'Vi is probably one of the better teams to take these kind of shots. And Dignitas, they're in a really bad spot in there, and they're kind of split up. And we see Lions, they're actually pushing onto Dignitas from on top of the hill.
Circle shrinks away from, well, basically it goes on to Gatka and Sangal. This is actually really nice for them. Gatka also in there. FaZe's compound just about inside there. It does mean that Penta are going to have to shuffle on up. Are they going to probably go to the end of the chopstick there? Wildcard do get themselves a couple more kills. That is Nova out in 15th place. So Wildcard, just with the 2 alive with Kickstarter and Tumai, have actually managed to take down the entirety of Nova.
Yeah, Nova, they decided to stop at a not very good compound. And they got overwhelmed by, well, they didn't know how many was in Gatka. And I don't really know, like, how did Nova actually get killed?
Na'Vi on the move. You can see Lions also taking shots. They're going to be careful. Dignitas going around the north side of Everest. They would get to obviously taking a lot of fire from Na'Vi. Na'Vi making their way across. They're actually going to the ditch, the other side of the road. Pokemon there at the moment near Sangal. You can see just on the south side. SetToDestroy, meanwhile, that were the other side. They're down to 2 now, and you can see, look at Exco. Exco's got a big old swing on SetToDestroy getting around the back of him. M19 here, who took that wide swing out in the path. They're working their way into the circle, actually approaching the south side of TeamGates and towards Ghost. They will have the hill to block them against TeamGates. TeamGates obviously occupied with SetToDestroy right now. Lions are also going to come into play. There's a lot of fighting probably going to happen in and around the Everest area because there's a lot of teams at the moment that need to work their way into the circle.
Yeah, it depends how TeamGates goes here, but M19, they might get pincered.
Moonwolf taking a big swing. Look at Andy Pyro and Washout. They can actually end up.
Do you think they're going to crash in Gatka, or they're going to play the ridge like right above the G there?
Yeah, they're going to go the ridge.
Okay, yeah,
by the farm.
It's a G there by Gatka, right?
Yeah.
It's a good ridge you can stop on.
Penta do go to the south side of the chopstick, so they're just going to go there. Moonwolf realizing they didn't want to mess with FaZe Clan. They'd already been knocked by it, so they knew exactly who they were up against, choosing to back away from it. They're actually going to end up right in the path of Na'Vi. Na'Vi lighting up Andy Pyro. He's going to try and come in. The rest of Moonwolf getting around the side. When we look at Vitality, they've moved into Gatka. They're going to try and push it to Wildcard. Wildcard down to 2 in that compound. Buckamolodoi, he's got the knock onto Andy Pyro. Now they're actually blasting into Gatka. They're going to join the melee that is going on. Vitality turn and fire. They managed to get Washout down, and Moonwolf in all sorts of trouble. I think just O'Connell and Edikoz now left standing for them outside Gatka west side. Big hit comes in. Jempty down by Texas. That was the compound fight. Remember, Knights were down to, I think, 2 of 3. They managed to get a couple of revives in left and right. They are still up 3 members. They are still stuck as well. Ghost, meanwhile, trying to actually have a little move here on M19. M19 trying to push on the compound. SetToDestroy get taken out by TeamGates there in the kill feed. That was happening obviously in and around Everest. Lions also getting involved in that one as they put the sword to TeamGates.
Yeah, and M19 is getting picked apart here. Both Bottlein and the lead player gets taken down. And Example is the last one alive, and he's just laying prone in the bush. We remember, we saw them running down, and they could actually have stopped a little bit further out.
CeeLo got nowhere to go for TeamGates.
Yeah.
In the blue. Circle 4, it's pounding on him. The health going to be required. Washout picked off. That's going to be the finish from him. Yannick will get himself the kill secured there. Dignitas moving back down the hill and peeking on towards Na'Vi, finding Wookie Bookie once again with that Kar 98. He's an absolute beast with it. Continuing to frag out at the top of the tables. Gets the knock. Can he conclude the kill? Doesn't look like it. Battleland has been taken down, though, by Ghost. And that's actually dealt with the one problem they had on the backside of their compound. Now they can look towards the north at Lions because the circle's gone their way. They can now gatekeep so many teams in the north.
Look at Gatka. Everybody has to leave. It's only really going to be FaZe, Knights, and Ghost who's going to be safe in the circle.
Penta's got to push on Knights, right? That's just going to be an easy push.
This circle, there's so few spots to play. This is going to be very chaotic very soon.
It's going to be hard for Ansvar and crew on the cameras to track all the battle. Lions have got a bit of a tough run down that hillside.
I expect to see a lot of people use cars now to use them as cover in the field because there's no real cover other than trying to hide in bushes. So when I see these teams actually use their vehicles, as many of them that actually save them, and try to build the car forts.
Yeah, Vitality would have used cars to get into Gatka, so you know they've got a couple of vehicles. Don't know what state they're in. Lions do not have vehicles.
It doesn't really matter because they don't have to move very far. If they have 2 tires, they can still just make it in.
Drag it along.
Yeah, they don't need to go very far, but you need them to actually get further into the game.
Another knock. This time on Sangal as they're working down. He is really landing those Kar 98 shots. Of course, it's a Shollanton compound. They're keeping their eye on Lions. They're both trying to work down. Meanwhile, Ghost, there's a car. It's going to be Chris trying to get his way across. Navi getting some compound cars together. They're going to try and make themselves a vehicle compound as they have to make the move. The time is ticking on them. You can see it's starting to squeeze in now as they get the push around the side. Moonwolf, Edicot's going for it as he tries to dash around. Chris gets himself right in the middle. The rest of Lions going to try and join them as they try and get central position. Trying to blast on through. M19 almost getting run over on the path as FaZe Clan take a couple more shots towards Knights, but Edicos is down. Moonwolf go out, I believe, in 12th position. Navi coming round, going center circle. 3 vehicles battling straight into the middle, straight to use the crate as cover. Really nice work there. Let's see if it can work out for the Wookie Bookie. Gets another one on McCoy. That man is an absolute beast. They have all the UACs. They're going to get themselves a little compound set. The question is, what can they do with it? They've got Sangal on their backs.
I like this.
Look at the shots. Hear the shots. They're just peppering through. Shay gets knocked down. Buckamolde round the side. It's a shooting range. They've got themselves a vehicle compound, but it is not a safe one. Drainius gets himself down, and Navi in all sorts of trouble. I think just Pokemolodoy, the last man standing within there. He gets the revive through. No, couldn't get in onto Shade. Kate, meanwhile, gets Chris down. Lions had made the way through. He will get knocked out. Ghost and Dignitas going at it on the north side. FaZe Clan still sitting pretty along with Vitality. They're trying to make the move now to the north and pushing onto Sangal.
Gustav takes some shots at Puffy. He misses, but he actually made it inside the zone. Civil gets taken down low. Coming back up. Boogie Boogie. Can he hit the shot? He tries. Velox is still in the blood. He has to move in.
Has to make the move. Look at that. The shots once again from Gustav. You can't peek the door. You can't peek the window. Gustav popping the shots. The circle's updated. Pokemolodoy is inside there. Ghost are inside there. This fight right here is for the lion's share of the north circle. It will basically give a really big chance. FaZe Clan are coming straight in behind them. Ghosts have got to turn around. FaZe Clan are blasting straight up to the compound. They've come for 4 vehicles straight to the compound right behind them. And now Balak's realized what is going on. We've just been pushed from behind.
That's an impressive move. FaZe, I think they got knocked earlier by one of them, and they know they were fighting, and they see the knocks, and they don't hesitate for a second. And now FaZe is in a prime position.
Prophet's going to pick around the side. Balak gets spotted. The M249 is not going to be enough for him. Jempty takes him down. Texas, meanwhile, and Brexco. So they're fighting down on the south side. Knights and Penta going at it while this FaZe can push in. Knights will deal with Penta. Penta go out in 10th place as FaZe can push on. Balak gets swept aside. Turtle got Gustav down as well, so Dignitas having to get a revive in at the moment. But FaZe Clan with a 2-2. 2 in the building. Push on to Balak. Ghost with 3 in 1 compound with FaZe starting to surround them. M19, by the way, still safe, still out on the edge.
Yeah, because all these big teams that have the compound, they're fighting. So we see people like Pokemolodoy, an example, and Bresu, they're actually managing to stay alive because of these chaotic team fights. There are
Vitality on the move. Where are they going to go? They're getting lit up by Sangal, by Pokemolodoy. They've seen Pokemolodoy. They get Shegsy down as they try and get the shots across, but even FaZe are getting involved in that. They're taking shots. Third party everywhere right now. Wookie Bookie down. Dignitas out in 9th position. Ghost Wolf conclude that fight. Now they can turn their attention to FaZe Clan.
Do you think FaZe should be pushing when they know one of Ghost got knocked and they already killed one? Now they're giving them time to rush.
I think they're just happy to hold the compound. They know that Ghosts are in there. It's probably risky to siege it at this point. Maybe try and get themselves set up. McCoy gets himself another Vitality in trouble. They get themselves the kill. They will wipe out Sangal. Sangal go down in 8th position. Meanwhile, the Knights, by the way, have moved in. They've got the south circle. They have Lions right next to them. They've no idea that he's there, I think, Rezu. They've got themselves a little vehicle compound set up there. Vitality doing the same. Make sure they don't run over Yannick at this process. So now, obviously, we have Ghost and FaZe at the top. Knights, Lions, Vitality, M19 outside. 7 teams in this circle.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. Pokemolodoy must be literally hugging that crate, and he is.
He definitely is. This is crazy. We need to see FaZe and Ghost. They're going to need to have a standoff. And then later on in the game, FaZe, they can use the vehicles. If they don't win this game, this team fight with Ghost has to go really, really wrong.
Ghosts are trying to move out. They know they've got to get out of the circle, so they've actually moved out of the compound. FaZe unaware because they're still looking at the compound that they were in. Jempty having a little peek around. He's keeping his eye on what is going on down south. He's got a clean shot on him. He should be able to secure the kill here, and he will. No! Pukamolodoy steals it. Yannick gets taken down. Mexi, meanwhile, tries to get a couple of shots off. The circle shrinks. It goes onto Pukamolodoy, the only man in that circle right now. Everybody else has to make this open field run. FaZe Clan got vehicles, remember, so they can set up a compound, but they still need to deal with Ghost.
They do. And if they try to overpeak towards Ghost, then Knights, they will actually shoot at them. So this actually got very, very difficult. So what do? Do you try to take up a vehicle compound? But then you can get naded.
The Knights have got vehicles, remember. They've set themselves up. They stole Penta's vehicles.
No,
Mexi's got a vehicle as well.
Okay.
Yeah, they stole Penta's vehicles and moved into that spot. So they can, if they need to, set themselves up a compound and get into the circle. Because look at the territory. It is open cornfields right now. There's no real cover in there. Mexi, he's actually got a very good cross angle on Ghost if they try and push down.
Yeah, I think FaZe just have to move late and then go in. I don't know if the rugby scene from the GMT is in, but if you can park a car there, they're going to be really good. But it all comes down to which teams start to clash and then who gets third-partied. So you see everybody is extremely cautious.
Circle shrink about to come. 1 second. Here we go. Movement time. Who's going to make the push? Smoke's coming out from Turtle. FaZe are actually contracting on towards and they're moving on Ghost. Gemty in the circle. Mexi holding the angle here with the tree. They see the circle. They see the smoke. They know that Ghosts have to make the move here. Knights are coming in. They're coming in vehicles on the south side. They're going to get themselves a little setup here. Mexi pops out, chucks a nade, and backs away. It lands. It finds his target. McCoy goes down. They're not going to have time for the rest. Haxedi comes around the back of them. He's going himself an angle on the hillside. Profi tries to get a little peek back, but it's not working out. There's third party coming in. FaZe are getting lit up by Knights from distance. They're trying to get themselves involved, and now Gemty has to turn his attention towards them. Pukamolodoy takes down Vitality. Vitality go down in 7th place. Navi get themselves yet another kill. Profi lit up. Gemty will get him. McCoy goes down as well, and FaZe Clan have done what they needed. Turtle's the only man standing with FaZe Clan, but FaZe, I think they need to forget about Ghost right now and look towards Knights, who are taking shots.
Well, I want to look at this Resu. What is he going to do? Resu takes down Drayden as he gets into a vehicle, and now he's giving away his position.
Pukamolodoy finishes him off as well. So now Drayden goes down. Navi, Pukamolodoy's taking shots on FaZe Clan. He's all alone. He doesn't care. The mighty Russian wants to give what he can. Mexi gets Turtle down. Ghost go down in 6th position. Pukamolodoy, he has such a great spot. He's tier 3'd out of his mind and taking shots on everyone right now. Obviously, don't worry about that. He can see through the windows there. He's just spraying and praying. The circle shrinks and it goes on to Texas. Resu from Lions.
Look at Example and Kramer. They were just in between Gemty.
Gemty's got around the backside. How has he got there?
They didn't shoot at him. They almost heard him. They were both looking at him.
FaZe Clan was still with 4 alive. Knights with 2. Lions with 1. Navi with 1. M19 with 1. 5 teams coming into Phase 8. Texas sees Mexi.
I think FaZe is going to get into the circle for free while everybody's just trying to snake it out.
Resu is slowly creepy crawling his way in. Gemty and Mexi now very much in the circle. The thing is, they've got to be looking at the circle and got to be looking at that tree the night Texas is on. Look at Mexi. Mexi's about to run straight over Texas. He's going to see him. There we go. Texas goes down, but it's not. So now they know there's another alive for Knights. They're aware there's one more in there. Mexi gets himself another kill.
It's a full from FaZe and 4 solos left. And when you're in this position as a solo, you just want to try and get position.
Gemty has the south circle. Mexi has the north circle. Pukamolodoy tries to make the move and Fuzzface tracks him down. He's been lighting up everyone. That's the 8th kill and counting. FaZe Clan, they said they will win 5 games today. This would be the 2nd chicken dinner of the day for them, the 3rd of the tournament so far. The #1 team here at GLL. They spot Resu. They find him. Lions go down in 4th place. Knights just off to the side, and M19 behind them. He's the only man, example, that they've not noticed. They see the Knights, they will take them down. 3rd place for the Knights. It will be FaZe Clan that will take the chicken dinner with 11 kills. Example will creep his way into the circle, but really, in a 4v1 situation, there's nothing he can do. He will get spotted out. Haxedi's going to run towards him. We can't even see. We're going to see the session timeout, but it doesn't matter. There he is. Haxedi?
It's actually really hard to see them.
It is really hard to see them. FaZe will find it. It's the 2nd chicken dinner of the day for FaZe Clan and the 3rd of the tournament. They were already at the top of the table, and now they put themselves some serious big points differential between them and the rest of the teams. 11 kills once again for FaZe Clan. Incredible stuff as we finish out the halfway point on Arangal.